lecture, we are going to discuss NTA 2019 mains solved questions from the topic chemical equilibrium. Okay, chemical equilibrium is one of the most important concepts. Almost in the every entrance examination, we get one question from the chemical equilibrium. Okay, in the 2019 also in both January and April shifts, almost 10 questions were asked from the chemical equilibrium topic. Okay, so we discussed all those questions. Okay, so let us start with the first one. For the following reactions, equilibrium constants are given. Okay, so two reactions are given and their equilibrium constants are provided. The equilibrium constant for the reaction is how much? Okay, so we have to calculate the equilibrium constant for this reaction, and they have given two reactions and their equilibrium constant. By utilizing these two reactions, we can calculate equilibrium constant for this reaction. Okay, so to solve this type of problems, this is also one of the most repeated problems in the various entrance examinations. So many times same model questions were asked. Okay, so here in this type of problem, so first you have to identify that what are the species present in the reactant side and product side in the reaction for which we have to calculate equilibrium constant. This reaction we have to calculate equilibrium constant, right? Okay, so in this one we have SO2 and O2 are present on the reactant side, SO3 is present on the product side. Okay, now see here, now by using these two reactions we have to get this reaction. Okay, so for that, first identify that in the given two reaction, in which reaction SO2 is present. See, in this reaction SO2 is present. Okay, right, this reaction is identified. Now, SO2 is present on the reactant side in this reaction, but here SO2 is present on the product side. So first reverse this reaction. Okay, reverse the reaction, then we get SO2 gas. So we get S plus O2. Okay, right. This reaction is reversed. Now we have SO2 is on the left side, but the equilibrium constant for this reaction is 1 by K1. So because when a reaction is reversed, then equilibrium constant of the reverse reaction will be reciprocal of the previous equilibrium constant. For this reaction, equilibrium constant is K1. When you reverse this one, the new equilibrium constant for this reversed reaction equal to reciprocal of the old reaction. Okay, so that's why K1 dash equal to 1 by K1. Right? Next, see here we have 2 moles of SO2 is present, but we have only 1 mole of SO2. So multiply this entire reaction with 2. So we get 2 SO2, 2S plus 2 O2. Okay, whenever a reaction is multiplied by some number, then the new equilibrium constant will be, okay, so then new equilibrium constant will be previous equilibrium constant whole power that number. This is multiplied by number 2. So that's why the equilibrium constant for this reaction after multiplication will be equal to, see here, K1 dash whole square. So no, K1 double dash equal to, for this reaction how much K1 dash? This is multiplied by 2. So that's why new equilibrium constant will be K1 dash whole power 2. So that is nothing but 1 by K1 square. So no, K1 dash equal to 1 by K1. K1 dash whole square is nothing but 1 by K1 square. Okay, next. Now look at this reaction. Here SO3 is present on the right side. Here is also SO3 present on the right side. That is the product side. And 2 moles SO3. Here also 2 moles SO3. So that's why no need to do any changes in this reaction. Write this as it is. So its equilibrium constant is equal to K2. Now when you add both of these reactions. Okay, when we add these two reactions, see here 2 moles of sulfur, here 2 moles of sulfur will get cancelled. So the net reaction that does not appear when you add these two. So finally here we have 2SO2 plus, see here we have 3 moles of O2 and here we have 2 moles of O2. Okay, so then here in the net reaction after adding here we have O2, 1 mole of O2. The difference between these two we have to take. Okay, if same species is present in the equal moles on both sides, left side and right side, both will cancel and they do not appear in the added equation. If they have different moles, then we have to take the difference between those two. 2 moles, 3 moles. Difference is 1 mole. So here we have 1 mole of O2. So here we have finally here 2 moles of SO3 is left. Okay. Now for this reaction, let us assume that the equilibrium constant will be K. Okay. For this final reaction, added reaction, we are considering equilibrium constant as K. So now, how this reaction is getting? By adding these two equations. Okay. So when 2 or more reactions are added, then we have to multiply their equilibrium constants. Okay. When 2 or more reactions are added, then we have to multiply their equilibrium constant. These two reactions are added, its equilibrium constant is K1 double dash, its equilibrium constant is K2. So for the final reaction, K is equal to K1 double dash into K2. Okay, so here if you substitute the K1 double dash is nothing but finally we have 1 by K1 square. So here we get K2 by K1 square. Okay, K2 by K1 square. Let us now substitute the given values. K2 is given as 10 power 129. This K1 is given as 10 power 52. 10 power 52 whole square. Okay, 10 power 52 whole square. So if we simplify this one, we get K is equal to, okay, so 10 power 129 by 10 power 104. Okay, if you take it into the numerator, then that will be 10 power 129 minus 10 power 104. So we get 10 power 25 as the answer. So option A is the answer. Okay, so option A is the answer here. Okay, so this is very important. Same type of problem is asked in another shift also, that also we discuss. Okay, first what we are doing, identify what are the species present on the left and right side in the reaction, to which we have to calculate equilibrium constant. Then by utilizing the provided reactions, we are doing changes. Sometimes reaction is reversed and sometimes that remain as it is, and sometimes we have to multiply with a number, or sometimes we have to divide with a number. Okay, so these all concepts already we discussed clearly. So this is a very important. Okay, let us discuss another question. Let us see another question. Consider the following reversible chemical reactions. Two reactions are given and the equilibrium constant for first one is K1, for the second reaction is K2. And they ask you to calculate the relation between K1 and K2 is. Okay, we have to find out what is the relation between K1 and K2. Okay, so this is also very important model. See here, if you observe these two reactions closely, here A2 plus B2 gives AB. Okay, and here AB is giving A2 plus B2. So no, A2, B2 combined to form AB in the first reaction. AB is dissociate to give A2 and B2. Means in both the reactions same species are involved. Okay, in this reaction reactants are products in the second reaction, and the product in the first reaction is the reactant in the second reaction. Okay, so overall this is a reverse reaction of first reaction. Yes or no? That observation is important. Here reactants are products in the second reaction. Product in the first reaction is the reactant in the second reaction. Means simply this is coming by reversing this reaction. Okay, next we should consider the stoichiometric coefficient. So first here, let us start with this one. See, this reaction is reversed. So then write the reverse reaction. 2AB gives A2 plus B2. So that is K1 dash is equal to 1 by K1, because the reaction is reversed, means the new equilibrium constant will be reciprocal of the previous equilibrium constant. Okay, right. Next here, see here 6 moles of AZ is present, so that's why AB is present, so that's why multiply this reaction with 3. So we get 3 into 2, 6 moles of AB gives 3 moles of A2 plus 3 moles of B2. Now here we are multiplying this equation by 3, so that's why K1 double dash is nothing but K1 dash whole power 3. So now if a reaction is multiplied by some number, then the new equilibrium constant is old equilibrium constant whole power that number. So this is the old equilibrium constant for this K1 dash. Now this reaction is multiplied by 3. So here we get K1 double dash equal to old equilibrium constant whole power 3. That is nothing but 1 by K1 power 3. Okay, 1 by K1 power 3. So now, see, now these two equations are same. For this reaction equilibrium constant is given K2, and for this one we have K1 double dash. That is nothing but K2 is equal to 1 by K1 power 3. So no, K1 double dash is nothing but 1 by K1 power 3. So therefore, here we get K2 is equal to K1 power minus 3. K2 is equal to K1 power minus 3. So option C is the answer. Okay. So simple. First, if you have to identify in this type of problems whether same type of species are involved in both reactions, but in one reaction products they are reactants in the first reaction. The product in the first reaction is a reactant in the second reaction. Okay. So these are the procedure which already we discussed, similar type of procedure in the previous question also. Okay. However, they may ask, only thing is that if a reaction is reversed, new equilibrium constant will be reciprocal. If some reaction is multiplied by the number, then old equilibrium constant whole power that number with which we are multiplying. Okay, in this way we can solve, or you can solve another way also. By writing equilibrium constant also we can solve this type of questions. Okay, so for this first reaction, the equilibrium constant expression is concentration of AB whole power 2 by concentration of A2 into concentration of B2. So already we discussed how to write equilibrium constant expression. Concentration of products by concentration of reactants product, and each term is raised to their stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, so here 2 moles, so that's why a concentration of AB whole power 2. And for this reaction, equilibrium constant expression is concentration of A2 whole power 3, because 3 moles of A2 into concentration of B2 whole power 3 by concentration of AB whole power 6. Okay, because here we have 6 moles of AB, and this we can rearrange as 1 by concentration of AB whole power 2 by concentration of A2 into concentration of B2 whole power 3. Okay, first bring these two into the denominator here. So we get concentration of AB power 6 by concentration of A2 whole power 3 into B2 power 3. Okay, and that we are rearranging again as concentration of AB whole square by concentration of A2 into B2 whole power 3. See, if you observe this one, this is nothing but K1 expression. Yes or no? AB whole power 2 by A2 into B2, here also same. So here we can write 1 by k1 power 3. Okay, 1 by k1 power 3. So therefore k2 is equal to k1 power minus 3. Okay, k2 is equal to k1 power minus 3. Okay, so whatever the method we follow, we get the same result. Okay, so whichever you want to follow, your wish, whichever you feel easy, that you can proceed. Okay, let us see another problem. Now let us see another very important model. So in which of the following equilibria Kp is not equal to Kc? Okay, so here this concept is based on the relationship between Kp and Kc. Okay, so here what is the relation that already we discussed? Kp is equal to Kc into Rt power delta Ng. Okay, so this is the relationship between Kp and Kc, which you should remember, very important. So on this, based on this formula also, so many times questions are asked in the entrance examinations. Okay, so Kp equal to Kc into Rt power delta Ng. So here three cases are possible. First one, if delta Ng is equal to 0, then Kp is equal to Kc. Okay, so if this delta Ng is 0 means Rt power 0, something power 0 is 1. So we get Kp equal to Kc. And next case is, suppose if delta Ng is greater than 0, that is a positive value, then Kp is greater than Kc. Okay, then Kp is greater than Kc. And another case is, if delta Ng is less than 0, then Kp is less than Kc. Okay, so this is the concept which we have to use to solve this type of problems. Okay, clear? So this formula you must remember. What is the delta N? Total number of moles of gas products minus total number of moles of gaseous reactants. Okay, so here now in this one, first we have to calculate delta N is equal to how much? Okay, or delta Ng. Delta N also we can write, no problem. So see, 2 moles of gas products minus, see here carbon is present 2 moles, but it is a solid. So that's why we should not consider solids. The reasons everything already we discussed. See here only we have to consider the gaseous species which are involved in the reaction. So only one gaseous species, so that's why 2 minus 1, that is 1. So therefore here Kp is greater than Kc. So no, Kp is greater than Kc. Okay, so means Kp is not equal to Kc. Yes or no? Next, see here delta Ng is equal to, see 1 mole of H2 plus 1 mole of I2, total is 2, and 2 moles of Hi, so 2 minus 2 equal to 0. So therefore here we get Kp is equal to Kc. So no, Kp equal to Kc. Next, see here also delta Ng equal to 1 mole NO, 1 mole SO3, 2 gaseous products are present, 2 gaseous reactants are present, so that is equal to 0. Therefore Kp is equal to Kc. Okay, next, see here 2 moles of gas products minus 2 moles of gaseous reactants, so 2 minus 2 equal to 0. Therefore here also Kp equal to Kc. Okay, so in these 3 reactions Kp is equal to Kc, but in the first reaction only Kp greater than Kc, that is nothing but Kp is not equal to Kc. Okay, so what is the answer? Option A is the answer. Option A is the answer. So very simple and very important. Remember this formula, and these are the cases. How to calculate delta Ng? Total moles of gas products 2 moles minus total moles of gas reactant, only 1 mole of gas. See, this is a solid, so that's why we should not write that in this one. Only we should consider gases only. Don't consider solids or liquids. Okay, next let us discuss another problem. Now let us see The incorrect match in the following is, okay, so here four options are given. See, in the given options, Gibbs standard Gibbs energy change delta G naught, standard Gibbs energy change, and K is equilibrium constant are given. Okay, so already we discussed thermodynamics and chemical equilibrium application. Okay, in the previous lecture we discussed completely about the relationship between those two. Okay, so what is the relation between these two is that delta G naught is equal to minus RT ln K. Okay, so this is the relationship which involve standard Gibbs energy change and equilibrium constant. Okay, see, if you rearrange this one, ln K is equal to minus of delta G naught by R. So no, so we are taking this into the left side, so we get ln K equal to minus of delta G naught by RT. So this we can write K is equal to e power minus delta G naught by RT. Okay, K is equal to e power minus delta G naught by RT. This relation we are getting now. Okay, see now from this one, when delta G naught is less than 0, okay, when delta G naught is less than 0 means if that is a negative, see here already we have minus, so minus into minus that becomes a plus, so this overall value will be plus, so definitely K is greater than 1, K is greater than 1. Okay, when delta G naught is less than 0, then K is greater than 1. So first option is correct match only. Okay, this is the base relation and we are rearranging this one into this form. Okay, right. So here if delta G naught is less than 0, that is Gibbs energy change is negative, then already here we have minus symbol, so minus into minus plus, total value is positive, so K is definitely greater than 1. Okay, next, when delta G naught is equal to 0, then see, if delta G naught equal to 0 means this total will be 0, so e power 0 is 1, yes or no, something power 0 is equal to 1, then K is equal to how much? 1. So that's why this is also correct match, but they ask you to find incorrect match. Okay, next, third possibility, when delta G naught is greater than 0, if it is positive means then we get, see, if it is positive means already here we have minus into plus minus, this total value is negative, so then K value is definitely less than 1. Okay, when delta G naught is greater than 0, definitely K is less than 1. So that's why, see this one, when delta G naught greater than 0, K is less than 1. So this is also correct match. But look at this one, when delta G naught is less than 0, see here, K is greater than 1, but here it is given that K is less than 1. So what is the answer? Option D is incorrectly matched. Okay, option D is incorrectly matched. Yes or no? So this is the relation when delta G naught is less than 0, then definitely K is greater than 0. Very simple concept. Remember this formula. This is also a very important relation. The same relation we discuss in the chemical equilibrium as well as the thermodynamics. So in 2 chapters we discuss the same relation. So very important. Okay, now let us see one more problem. The values of Kp by Kc for the following reactions at 300 Kelvin are respectively. Okay, so here 3 reactions are given. For them we have to find out the Kp by Kc value. Okay, so 3 reactions and for them we have to calculate Kp by Kc, and here they have already provided in the problem that at 300 Kelvin R into T value equal to 24.62 decimeter cube atmosphere mole inverse. Okay, so R value into T value is this much, already they have given, and these are the options. So here Again, what is the relationship between Kp and Kc? Previously we discussed this relation. Kp is equal to Kc into RT power delta n. Okay, but here they ask you to calculate Kp by Kc. This is the original formula. So no, this you should remember. See, based on this relation, already one problem we discussed. This is another type of question related to the same problem, same formula. Okay, so Kp by Kc is equal to RT power delta n. Okay, this we need. Kp by Kc equal to RT power delta n. Just to bring this Kc this side. Okay, so now here for the first reaction, first we have to calculate delta n. Yes or no? Because RT value already they have given, just we have to find the delta n. So for first reaction, delta n is equal to how much? The 2 minus 2, that equal to 0. Yes or no? See here, 2 moles of gas products minus total 2 moles of gas reactant. So delta n equal to 2 minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so therefore Kp by Kc is equal to RT power 0. That is nothing but 1. Yes or no? Something power 0 is equal to 1. So here we are getting Kp by Kc equal to RT power 0 because delta n is 0. That equal to 1. Okay, next for the second reaction, delta n is equal to, see, 2 minus 1, 2 moles of gas products, 1 mole of gas reactant. So we get 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, Kp by Kc is equal to RT power 1, that is nothing but RT. So no, we get RT power 1, so that is nothing but RT. That is equal to how much? Already they have given here, that is equal to 24.62 decimeter cube atmosphere mole inverse. Okay, RT value. This is for the second reaction, Kp by Kc value. Next, for the third one, delta n is equal to, see here 2 moles of gas products are there, and here 1 plus 3, total 4 moles of gas reactants are there. So 2 minus 4 equal to minus 2. Okay, delta n equal to minus 2. Therefore, so here Kp by Kc is equal to RT power minus 2. Okay, Kp by Kc equal to RT power minus 2. Okay, so from that here I will write, so Kp by Kc is equal to RT value, how much here they have given? 24.62. Okay, 24.62 decimeter cube atmosphere mole inverse. Okay, so whole power minus 2. Okay, whole power minus 2. Now, after simplification, here we get, okay, so 1.649 into, okay, so 1.649 here, 1.649 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, 1.649 into 10 power minus 3. This value 24.62 whole power minus 2 value is this much we get, and here see decimeter cube whole power minus 2, that is a decimeter power minus 6. Okay, decimeter power minus 6. Atmosphere whole power minus 2, here I am writing, so atmosphere minus 2. Mole inverse whole power minus 2 is nothing but mole power 2. Okay, so now this we can write, Kp by Kc is equal to, see here 1.649, we can write this one as 1.65 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, 1.65 into 10 power minus 3 decimeter power minus 6. Okay, atmosphere power minus 2 mole power 2. Okay, so now, so first reaction delta Kp by Kc is 1. Okay, so this option is eliminated. Next, for the second reaction, Kp by Kc equal to 24.62. So answer may be either this or this. Both options are eliminated. Now, here for the third reaction, Kp by Kc equal to 1.65 into 10 power minus 3. So the answer is option B is the answer. Okay, option B is the answer. Clear? So first, this is the relationship between Kp and Kc, and then they ask you to find Kp by Kc value. Simple, calculate the delta n value and substitute here, we get the answers. Okay, clear? So these are the 5 problems which are asked in the previous 2019 NTA mains, and in the next lecture we discuss 5 more problems. Okay, thank you.